Like, it's cheap. It ain't really cheap, but shit.
Type shit.
Save me some money.
All right, man. Yeah, now we good. Now we good, man. I got my... Yeah, bro.
My man, you good to go. Got my name on there. Got jotted. What they call that? Jotting.
Hey, because you the nigga, bro, when I have my notes, a lot of people, like, they be looking, but they try to act like they ain't really looking.
Right.
You really, like...
Yeah, they jotting over there. But then Martin has an episode Martin had when he was like, I see you jotting. What episode was that?
I don't remember that one.
Martin crazy as a motherfucker.
I watched more Fresh Prince, bro. I don't think we got that channel.
Martin, come on, no, what that come on? That BT, right?
Yeah, we ain't had cable.
Oh, so you watch more Fresh? Bro, Martin was on regular TV.
It was on regular TV?
Yeah.
But you know, I'm a little younger than you too, though.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't probably pick it up on that.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince was what? 95, 96?
My mama said when she had watched that shit while I was in her womb, I'd be kicking and shit like that. I think I was just a Fresh Prince fan from conception.
To this day, do you still
not
watch
necessarily.
that? No.
Not necessarily.
I think it's kind of corny now. I mean, some of it's good, but it's cheesy, though.
I try to get up on Martin, though. Martin funny as a bitch.
Martin's solid.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
solid.
He funny.
Ain't nothing cheesy about Martin, bro.
Right, bro.
Nothing cheesy
Jamie Foxx show. It's plenty black sitcoms, bro.
Yeah, man.
You know, my mom ain't let me watch TV, so I missed out on, man. But
hey, you realize most of those black sitcoms shaped the culture?
Yeah, man.
If you go back and look at Martin, bro, like Martin, he would wear like Jordans.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
A lot of that shit niggas still do to this day.
Didn't like the Pistons have Detroit Pistons, they had put some merch out and it was like based off Martin. Like they had like the lettering and shit. Yeah. Shape the culture.
Shape the culture, bro. And I don't see much of that nowadays.
Right.
Like there's black shows, but those shows were really influential, bro. Like from Martin, Fresh Prince.
But does it take time to like see his influence? Like maybe in 10 years we'll be talking about like say a Insecure or like The Shy. You know what I'm saying?
Possibly.
Yeah, possibly.
But you know, most motherfuckers is biased though. Like they ain't hit as hard as Martin. You know how niggas would be, bro.
Nostalgia.
It has that effect now.
Yeah.
It's more of like a centerpiece.
And you know, also I feel like, you know, back in the 90s and when these sitcoms was coming out, and I don't know because I was a kid, but I feel like there's like an oversaturation of just material and everything. It's a new show. It's podcast after podcast, movies. It's so much stuff that, you know, I think back then for black people, it's like we could lock in on a few shows.
And appreciate them because it's not because of the scarcity. I think Denzel he was interviewing with Jamie Foxx and he had a good quote. He said, Jamie Foxx asked him, he said, why we don't see you as much as we see, say, a Will Smith? And he said, because if you see me enough, you'll get sick of me. So that's why Denzel has a method to how he does movies. Like, you only see Denzel maybe, twice a year?
Yeah, we don't see him a lot.
You can catch Jamie Foxx in everything.
But, you know, Denzel, he at that status, stature where he can do that. I don't think everybody can do that. See, and that's an interesting conversation, too, because as a creative, I was me and Sierra, we listened to that new Benny and J. Cole. And that J. Cole verse is crazy, bro.
Right.
And I had this revelation. I'm like, baby, I think that so I'm always a quality over quantity type dude.
Facts. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then I thought about it, like, okay, if you have quality and quantity, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you know, that probably puts you ahead of everybody. You know what I'm saying? So dig what I'm saying? Kendrick is always like my number one rapper. It's always Kendrick, J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? And J. Cole put some shit out. I'm like, oh, he finna leap Kendrick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially because Kendrick ain't put shit out in so long. But he got quality. But J. Cole got quality and quantity. You know what I'm saying?
I could rebut that, though.
Go ahead.
I could rebut that.
Let's hear it.
What's your favorite food?
Damn, favorite food?
Like something
salmon.
Okay. Can you eat salmon every day for
Not
a year?
every day. I do eat it a lot, though.
But can you eat it every day?
Not every day.
I think anything you could become jaded with. Anything, bro. I mean, because one of my favorite artists is Jay-Z. Like Jay-Z, A-Z.
Yeah.
And I get access to all Jay-Z's music. I ain't gonna listen to Jay-Z every day. That's crazy. I could not stand it. I'll be like, bro, turn that shit off.
And that's your favorite rapper?
Between him and AZ, my favorite rappers.
Okay.
Lupe too. But I can't listen to that every day though, because after a while you're gonna be like, bro, can I hear something else? I mean, variety is good, bro. Even if it's not as good as the alternative. Like, I mean, I could listen. Sometimes I'd rather listen to, say, Big Sean over J. Cole. And that's no knock against J. Cole. Right. Like you said, J. Cole is quality and quantity. Yep. Big Sean is not as quality isn't as good as J. Cole's. It's good, but sometimes I want to hear Big Sean.
I feel you. I feel
you. I mean, I don't know, man. I can't listen to the same person.
So now, how does that impact you as a creative, though? As somebody who does their own art,
right?
That the conversation we're having, how does that affect you? Does that inform your creativity?
Yes, it does, because sometimes ideas don't come when you want them to. And the reason I'm saying that, I say that to say this. If I write like a lot of short horrors, right?
Yeah.
We all get what do you call that? Writer's block.
Yeah.
So just think of something else. Try to write, like that's why I told you the other day, I want to write a comedy. Because when I do so much of that, you feel like you're running out of ideas. So if I dove into comedy, there might be something in comedy that sparks my interest in horror. Like I could take something simple, a simple idea, element, and that can spark my interest in doing a horror, which is weird because it's two different genres, right?
I feel you.
But you could always pull something from somewhere else to create something new.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, when I think about writer's block, sometimes I think it's a figment of my imagination personally.
Okay.
I think that the block is wanting every single stroke of this pen, pause.
Pause that.
I'm with a Milwaukee, but really a New York nigga. You know what I'm saying? You a New York nigga. But every stroke of this pen, I want it to be excellent. Like I be like, you know how James Baldwin, bro, I feel like he never missed. Toni Morrison never missed.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But as a creator myself, you got to understand that, dog. Like, and I told you this, like, I feel like 80%, for me, 80% of my shit that I write down is trash. 20, but the 80% lead me to the 20%. So I don't necessarily believe in writer's block. I believe like the block is, damn, like this is trash. I can't stop. I got to stop writing it. Close the notebook.
Right.
That's the block.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, it's not necessarily a running out of ideas. You know what I'm saying? It's like you might not have patience with the process to get to, for me, the 20%, the good idea.
But if you think, could you imagine being in that room with Toni Morrison and Jamie
Oh
Ball?
my God! Like I see pictures of them, and I put myself there. But I got a picture of them on my desktop, man. Like them the guys, bro. But go ahead with your question.
Well, I'm sure they had points in writing where they were like, "Damn, I can't." You know what I'm saying? Frustration.
Yeah.
And they might not consider a writer's block like you don't, but there is something that there's resistance there.
Yeah.
Some ideas aren't formulating as fast as the others.
Yeah.
And when you start writing or you start coming up with ideas, sometimes there is an even flow when you're doing it. But after a while, sometimes it becomes what's the word I'm looking for? You don't want to sound like you're repeating yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like ideas are getting repeated.
Yeah. It seems like you might be running out of fresh material.
Or material.
Yeah, it's like the same concept.
Same concept.
Yeah, I do get what you're saying, man. I mean, I think, bro, when I think about writing and just the creative process, bro, like it's like so when we did last Dollar Til, I wasn't at work. You know what I'm saying? When I was writing that, I wasn't working.
Oh yeah, you right.
You feel what I'm saying? When we was producing this, I wasn't working. Like it dominated everything. You understand what I'm saying? And not to minimize what we've done, you know what I mean? Because it's monumental.
Right.
But this is the first one, and it's a short. You know what I mean? So I just think about producing on a larger scale, the sacrifice that it's gonna take.
Require.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, bro, even when I was writing my book, man, like, bro, I was in a meditative state. I think that's the key right there, like getting in that meditative state and the work it takes to do that, bro. The discipline it takes to do that, to sit in quiet, meditate, pray, whatever like that, and really get entranced in this world that you building.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's sometimes when, as a writer, like, I ain't there yet. I ain't in that state yet, and I'm doing all I can to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a spiritual thing, bro. You kind of got me just.
I wonder what motivates you though when you do get in that meditative state. What motivates you to keep going?
You know, it's funny because Kiara asked me a similar question, and I said it sounded corny, but I think the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like to get the story true.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the motivation, man. And I don't know beyond that, like what even entices me.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? To do that, but I think it's just in me. I have an investigative spirit, an analytical spirit. You know what I'm saying? And storytelling is, I guess, the best medium for who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I think I know when I'm in that, to answer your question, when I'm in that meditative state, I know I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I can see, okay, if I'm willing to do this, because writing is a lonely sport, man.
It is.
It's a lonely sport.
It is,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? But if I'm willing to do this, then I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see the collaboration. You know what I'm saying? Last Dollar Til, bro, like doing this, having all these people in this room, all of these committed people, like-minded people, bro. Like, fam, that's what I live for. You understand what I'm saying? Because, like, unlike you, bro, I'm an only child.
Right. Yeah, right.
You have 6 brothers.
6 brothers.
And you the middle child, right?
Middle. Yep.
And you the middle. So for me, like, I yearn for that. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you, bro, with your background, you know, having brothers, like not having that yearning that I have. Does that impact you anyway when you step into the production room with our team?
No. I mean, I guess having so many brothers gives you the ability to be more, or not just brothers, siblings.
Yeah.
Gives you the ability to be more open to different personalities. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Seeing what different people come from, because like me and my brothers, we similar, but we're not the same. You know what I'm saying? We got different personalities, different dreams, different beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Different interests.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to music, like, I mean, just some of it might be consistent, but a lot of it is different. But yeah, it helped me a lot when I came, because like I said, I didn't know. I know you.
Yeah.
I didn't know Kiara, JD. I knew JR just in passing. So even being Sierra, I didn't know Sierra. You know what I'm saying? So just having that ability to adapt to different personalities, because and that helps you be more social, more approachable. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So yeah, that helped me a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense, bro. Now you y'all was over there on Cherry, right?
No, we was on Valete.
On Valete.
Valete, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, we dabbled in Cherry. Then we just, cause we around the whole
it's right
neighborhood.
around the corner.
Young man growing up, you're gonna travel the block, see the world, you know, as much as you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the lack of funds.
So for sure. So I remember, bro, besides the gym, how we connected was I believe our love for James Baldwin.
James Baldwin, that's my man.
Yeah.
That's my man.
Now, because I must have said a quote or something like that, and he was like, Baldwin. I'm like, oh, shit.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. That's my man.
What was the introduction specifically to James Baldwin? When was that?
I was watching a documentary. And
how old were you?
I was still in my 30s. It was like 5 years ago.
Okay.
No, but it was before I met you.
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah, but in my 20s. Yeah. And I was watching, it's a documentary, and I think it was a Dick Gregory documentary.
Ah, Dick Gregory.
And he was just, I guess he was doing a strand where he went back in history and he was just looking at different, because he was around when James Baldwin was around.
Yeah.
And I heard him speak. And I didn't have no, this was back when I was working, so I couldn't have my phone in front of me visually. So I just had the audio playing. So I'm listening to this dude speak, and I heard him like, who the hell is that?
Yeah.
Because his voice is different.
Yeah.
You know, James Baldwin got that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, who the hell is that, man?
Yeah.
So and he said something profound. So I had to go to my desk, rewind it, see who he was. It said James Baldwin.
Yeah.
So from there on out, I started watching his debates, his interviews, his stance on different subject matter, his books. Yes. And from there here on, he's been I'm not gonna say my number one, because Malcolm up there too, but it's between Malcolm and Baldwin is my number one.
As far as like black heroes?
Black heroes. Definitely Malcolm and Baldwin. And I didn't know that, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, go ahead.
This doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a homosexual. He was a gay man. I didn't know that. But I mean, that don't matter. Yeah. Because he still stood for something profound, and I mean, it reached me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. Wait, go ahead.
No, because do you read a lot?
Yeah, I do. I do. My last book I read was I haven't read in a while though. Besides your book and Coates, I think his last name is
Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Yeah.
Between the World and Me.
Between the World and Me.
And he was inspired by Baldwin.
I know that.
Fire Next Time. Man. Yeah. No, it's because I think about myself when I was younger, and you grow up in the inner city.
Right.
You grow up in the hood. But it's weird because you in the hood, but you see certain things where it's like, I ain't typical though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't typical. Like my interests were beyond the hood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was reading Baldwin, Toni Morrison. But it's also like my music choices. I remember in middle school, like everybody was fanning out by Wayne, and Wayne was running shit for sure. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But my favorite rapper was Lupe, bro.
My man.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dog, if y'all analyze like Lupe's is more complex in its metaphors or whatever, but he getting off just like Wayne, bro. And Wayne got the same metaphors, and you know what I'm saying? It's just it's constructed a little bit different. You know what I mean? So I wonder if you had that shared experience, bro, like being in the inner city. But so when were you able to like really come to the realization that I'm in the hood, in a place where people expect you to have to be boxed in to these certain beliefs, these certain likes and dislikes, but you see that you break that mold, that you're beyond that. Will you detail your first experiences with that?
Hip-hop.
Hip-hop.
My taste in artists, my taste in words and explanation and understanding certain people. Like I think Cannabis, like I'm a little older than you.
Yep.
So Cannabis was probably one of my favorite artists back then. And like most cats back then in that era when I grew up, like Master P, and I didn't really feel that.
Oh, you didn't feel it? Okay.
I wasn't feeling Master P. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't feeling, I like somebody who had something to say. I was always interested in content.
Okay.
And that's what drove me to believe that, hey, man, I like words. I like for you to say something. Say something to me. I like to be moved. You know what I'm saying? And I knew back then I was more of I needed to be moved, or I needed to hear some empowering words from somebody or something. So that led me to get into documentaries and led me to look at different activists and what even Muhammad Ali was somebody that helped me understand who I was. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Just listening to him talk and how he cared about society and what was going on, and how that ultimately influenced most of his decisions, whether it be not going to fight in the war, or you know what I'm saying, turning down certain things because he felt it was against his religious beliefs. Yeah. So back then when I was younger, just being interested in those cats let me know that I'm not consistent with the circumstances that I'm in.
That's nice. Bro, real quick note, man. Did you see that documentary Blood Brothers?
Blood Brothers. Was it a movie?
It's on Netflix. Yeah, it's about Muhammad Ali and Malcolm.
I didn't see it, no.
Oh, you got to watch it, bro. Because I'm not going to lie, bro. And I love Ali. Ali is a legend, but he kind of did Malcolm dirty, bro.
Did he?
Yeah, bro. And I mean...
The beginning or the end?
In the end. But that's the thing, bro. Like, so... Think about Malcolm X when he first gets indoctrinated with the Nation of Islam, and how, the rhetoric was white people are devils. Right. That's what he was. That was his doctrine.
Right.
He goes to Mecca, sees white people praying. You understand what I'm saying? And the mind is expanded. His perspective is expanded. Right. I think the biggest crime is we didn't see what he would have been with that new perspective. We didn't get years of that. No. I think his life was ended like shortly after that. So I think about that with Ali as well. Like he was indoctrinated with the Nation of Islam. Malcolm X had said, about JFK, chickens coming home to roost.
Right.
So then he gets the consequence from the Nation of Islam, and Ali stands with the Nation of Islam. You know what I mean? That was his decision. But my affinity for Malcolm X and his character, and Ali and Malcolm was so close.
Right.
I'm like, damn, like, you couldn't go have a conversation with the brother? Of course, and again, like, I speak from respect, but yeah, you got to watch the documentary.
I'm gonna check it out.
You got to, because I love both of them, man, and his daughters, both of their daughters was on the documentary, and Ali's daughter, and I'm paraphrasing, but she basically said that one of her father's biggest regrets was, not resolving
the issue.
Yeah, with Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying?
Check that out.
Yeah, check that out, man. But I want to circle back. We was talking about the content and the music, and you specifically said Master P. And I think that, so, what's the podcast? OG Chris had sent it to me. It's a dude called Math Off. I sent you that podcast.
Yeah, I got Math.
With Ninth Wonder. And he was saying, the point he was making was, he brought up Future. He brought up Rod Wave. So with Future, he was saying, I think he was saying that he was, brought up in the Dungeon family, but he don't rap like the Dungeon family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he's still speaking his truth. He brought up Rod Wave and speaking his truth. And he categorized, basically, if it's your truth, then it's conscious rap. That was his argument.
I agree.
Yeah, and I kind of believed it, right? So I think when I was younger, it was like everybody loved Boosie. Milwaukee loved Boosie. When I was younger, I'm like, no, I don't really fuck with Boosie. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't saying it how Lupe saying it.
Right.
But now, as I'm a little older, it's like, shit, if that's your truth, I could fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Do you agree with that, or do you draw the line somewhere?
I agree 100%. Yeah. I agree. When I was younger, I was judgmental. I was more, I'm a little more complex than that, than Master P. My complexity is a lot more deeper than Boosie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to find, when I was younger, I would look for intricacies.
Okay.
That I couldn't get from those guys. I needed to be challenged.
I understand that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to be challenged. My brothers, is like, I was listening to, when I was younger, if I listened to art or listened to an artist, I would take a dictionary. And if it was a word I didn't understand, I would look that word up. I like the intricacies of everything. Yeah, I'm still that way to this day. Yeah. I like to be challenged because I like to be. Whenever you're challenged, you evolve.
Yes, indeed.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I get it now though. As far as hip hop goes and content, like, only you can tell your story. How are you gonna tell your story?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whether I appreciate it or if I want to hear it is on me. So when I hear, like, if I listen to Master P now, or say somebody that I probably I would have shit on back then, I can get it. I get it. Okay, that's his story. Yeah. How can I expect him to be Lupe? Them are two different circumstances.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. So this morning I got up and I'm thinking about this podcast. So I'm thinking about what you into. I had went to Lupe's mural.
Oh man.
And that's so for.
That's hard.
Like how you said, when I was younger, bro, man, I'd be reading the lyrics, bro. And I'm talking about, because I was trying to learn how to rap as well. And tell my stories, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, with today's music, you don't really, I don't know if it's necessary. I don't know if it's layered enough, nuanced enough with some of today's music to really go through the lyrics and unpack it. And then I got to thinking, like, how do I feel about that? Is that a bad thing or a good thing? And I kind of extended it to, more art forms, movies. You understand what I'm saying? Typical conversation, artwork. That complexity versus kind of straight shooting in a sense. So while you can have an appreciation for something that's less layered, does it affect you as a consumer, right? Like, would you go to something less complex, straightforward? And would you actually enjoy that music? There's a difference sitting back like, oh yeah, like that, it ain't for me, but I appreciate it.
Yeah,
to
I get you.
actually
Listening to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I listen to a lot of artists that I wouldn't, back then I would have frowned upon if somebody brought them near me. You know what I'm saying? But now I do. Like, say, to me, Drake isn't complex. Mm-hmm. He's not intricate. It's pretty cut and dry, man. It's simple. Mm-hmm. It's either this, and this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like you said, listening to Miro. Yeah. Miro would take you decades to sit there and just understand what he's talking about. Yeah. And put it together. Yeah. But see, I'm wired different though. Mm-hmm. Like I get it. I get what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Mm-hmm. To me, that's in the sense that I sacrificed a lot to be that guy. To be this guy that just sits here and just listen to music, just analyze it and break. I sacrificed a lot to be this guy, bro. Yeah. So to me, listening to Drake and listening to say, who else is a simple-minded? Not simple-minded, but simple. Like Big Sean. To me, Big Sean is simple. Okay. Listening to them, I have a greater appreciation for that because of sacrificing so much trying to find challenges in music and artists who double, triple entendre, use a word, flip it 6 times. Yeah. I can appreciate Drake and artists like that, but when we start ranking them, like we had this argument all the time with my brothers, and not even my brothers. Like I got a guy I work out at the gym with, Drake, his favorite artist. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But it's all about who you run into, though. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? What they say, you're only as good as your next opponent. Type shit. So when you start ranking these artists, then we can talk now. But I can listen to them just to get back to your question. I can listen to them. You can listen to them. But when you start, because I like to debate, especially hip hop. Yeah, I know you do. So we can do that. But if we do that, now I got to go get them. But they back there chilling right now. We go listen to Drake.
Hey, so now let's like kind of extend that dynamic. Okay. You know, to film. You know what I'm saying? So, as an actor, you know, when you received the script for Last Dollar Til, you know what I mean? What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts reading that?
I thought it's a good read. Definitely a good read. I feel like most of the story, like I think we spoke about this before, it's consistent in society. Yeah. Especially our society. Yeah. And I was drawn to that. Mm-hmm. The characters. And at first I didn't want to play the main. I told you. No. I didn't want to. I suggested you play the main. Mm-hmm. And I saw more of myself in other characters in there. But I knew I felt and I dealt with those situations before. Yeah. In the script. Yeah, absolutely. So it was easy for me not to act it, but to emulate it. Acting is different because acting requires bringing those emotions out artificially. Mm-hmm. But I gravitated to the role because, like I said, we, as Black men, to experience some of the complexities in that script. So yeah, I gravitated to it. I liked it. I liked it a lot, bro. Absolutely. I told you that too, though. When I read it the first time, I hit you right back, like, bro, this is sick. You got to shoot this. You know what I'm saying? Because it is. It was a very predominant situation to be in society. Like most men have that. Like even with kids, you know, most kids aren't born just aren't had because that's what you want to do. Mm-hmm. You know, most time we had kids because, hey, this is the situation we find ourselves into. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely, I gravitated to the role.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Now, as a first-time actor, you know, describe your experience on set with other people who are passionate, committed. But it's, you know, I think everybody was a first-timer, right? But how would you describe that experience?
I wasn't a natural, bro.
You say you wasn't?
I wasn't. I mean, no, I wasn't a natural. No, I was confident in the beginning, coming in. Okay. Thinking it would be a breeze. Like, man, I'm gonna knock this out the park. Exactly know who we fucking with. But then I get there, and you see so many people with that same confidence. But they, like JD. JD is talented when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just in general. But he wasn't intimidated by the situation. Yeah. It was a little intimidating to me. It sort of set me back a little bit. But coming into the room, being around so many people who are encouraging, from Kiara to JR, Adriana, just encouraging you, encouraging me to, like, to get the fact that these are just takes. So we're going to take it and take it and take it until we get it right. Like, me, I was trying to hit it out the park the first time. And that was frustrating me. Like, man, bro, why can't I get this shit? Y'all like, bro, just, we got takes. You got time. Yeah. Just keep trying. And that, as much as I did it, I got better and better and better.
Absolutely. So you brought up Jadari, and I had a conversation with him, and he's an extrovert.
Right.
And I asked him, did that lend itself in a positive way to him acting? He said, yeah. I think you an introvert. I don't know if you would agree with that.
I am.
Okay, so cool. We got that sense.
We got that too. Right.
Did that play negatively into,
initially it did. But ultimately it helped me.
Yes, okay.
It helped me break that shell. And it's crazy at this age, you like, this nigga should really know who he is at this point in his life. But that helped me a lot though. Just breaking that shell and becoming more open. And I think with acting, you have to be vulnerable.
Right.
Vulnerability is a quality that you should have, you should want to have, because if you play on the defense the whole time, you're never gonna be that character.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you play defense on, because you gotta be open. You have to be open to emotion. You gotta be open to pain. You gotta be open to just becoming this person, or whatever situation that character is going through.
Right.
So yeah, you gotta be vulnerable, man. And I was trying to be cool.
Yeah.
Like, being cool to me is my best hiding place, bro.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah.
Because being cool, people presume you know what the fuck is going on.
Wow.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. That's deep, bro.
I mean, it's because nobody wants to be on the spot, especially if you not ready for the spotlight. So when you cool, it's like, hey, I'm always ready for the spotlight. But when you put me in that role, nigga, I had to take the cool off. And it's not something I wanted to do, but I had to do for the role. And it was a little intimidating at first, but shit, I got it right. It just took some time, man. I was frustrated, though.
Damn, bro. So, I was this morning. You my brother, and I can't find you on social media. I gotta, like, what's your Facebook
so
again?
Crazy,
what's your Instagram again? I'm typing in Glenn. That ain't popping up. What is it again?
The brim. We ain't gonna do it there.
You don't even want people to know.
Brimstone.
But the Instagram is Black Fonzie.
Black Fonzie, yeah.
And you was talking about being cool.
There you go.
So that's the...
There you go.
Okay, Black Fonzie.
Black Fonzie, Fonzie was A.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For
So
sure,
I was trying to be cool all the time, man. And sometimes it is detrimental to situations I am in.
Yes, sir.
Because you can't, in this world of social media, cameras everywhere, it's hard to be successful being too cool.
That's a fact. That's a fact, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you are somebody who has built a following on, and people admire, you're sort of cool. But if you're trying to do something artistic and theatric, if that role doesn't require cool, you gotta take the cool off.
You gotta take the cool off. Yeah, man. No, I'm battling with it too, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I'm battling with it too because I don't like talking about myself.
Right.
I don't like selling. You know what I'm saying? I don't like selling, bro.
Like
you
pitching it. You don't like to pitch it.
Yeah, I like to create.
Right.
And I feel like with my creations, if you experience it, you gonna want it.
Right.
But I gotta sell you to experience it.
Yeah.
So it's I can't separate. I have to turn the business mode on, turn the salesman on. But I'm not quite comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really like social media either.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's superficial. And I'm a very real and honest person. And you know, you can see when something is superficial right away.
Yes.
And it's crazy because a lot of superficial shit got the most
popularity.
You know what I mean? But I got to the point where I don't too much worry about it because I know the real gonna prevail. You know what I'm saying? The truth gonna prevail. Now another thing about another alias, which is social media.
You're bugging out here, bro.
Like, so I think in the scripture is say like something about, I'm paraphrasing, but the Lord gonna rain down fire and brimstone.
Right.
Why is brimstone the name?
Okay, I grew up in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
And when I was younger, I used to watch Spider-Man. And it was a character on there called Brimstone.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I always admired that character, bro.
Why?
Because he was supposed to be a black man. He was a black man. But he was like if I can remember correctly, he was a corpse or something like that. Oh. But he wasn't a villain. He was torn between the two. Like how Venom is.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And that resonate with me.
And that resonate with me because if that's how I see society. Like I don't believe in too good. Like I was never a fan of Superman. Ever. That's phony to me.
Okay. Okay.
Like, how are you that good? Like, I've done stuff in my life that I regret. Superman might frown upon if he saw my life, but to me, that's too judgmental for me.
Right.
Like, I always believe in giving people the chance to make mistakes, the chance to be human. And that's why I resonate with people like Venom, Brimstone, because they finding that balance between the two. Like, Venom is not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's just somebody who's in a particular situation who happens to have a bit of morality.
That's deep.
And that's who I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's who you are.
That's who I am. Like, I see, like, to go back to, like, we had a discussion I think it was a month ago. Like, do I vote? And I'm like, I don't vote. Because I don't see no one entirely for me. Like, I see myself as somebody who, if you can't give me the good and the bad together, give it to me how it is. Don't tell me it's all good. And don't tell me it's all bad. That's impossible. There has to be a balance.
I get you.
There has to be a balance. So yeah, that's why Brimstone was my name. Because I should have chose Venom, but Venom would have been so obvious.
Right.
I mean, Brimstone is not that obvious. So
yeah. So that's it's a lot to unpack, man. In terms of voting, and we did have
that discussion,
a little bit of a discussion. I think politics is a game,
right? Definitely,
but I think it's a game that it behooves us to know how to play it. Every 4 years, or whatever the span is for whatever office we're voting for, is going to be people that come around and try to get our vote, the black vote, and they going to make promises that they probably won't keep.
Right.
But it's like, how do we keep the pressure on them? You know what I'm saying? Like, keep these promises. And I think that if we really figured that out, you understand what I'm saying? Then we can use it to our advantage to advance the black community.
Right.
But if we don't engage with it whatsoever, we ain't a part of the game. You know what I'm saying? If we ain't a part of the game, it's hard to like talk shit about the game. You know what I'm saying? On the outside looking in.
I disagree. I disagree respectfully because I see history is the reason why we should not be a part of the game. I think historically, like, okay, say you got your ex, say I got an ex, right? Ex-girl. I've been with her, say, for 10, 15 years. And she cheated on me. 15 times in a row in 15 years. And I holler at you, I tell you all that. I say, hey, like, Zach, I met this girl, man. I'm finna get back with her, man. She said she gonna do right this time. And you like, how many times she done you, Glenn? I'm like, 15 times. She like 15 times you gonna go back? You're like, okay. You should tell me. Think about that. Just look at the history. Mm-hmm. So when I look at politics, right, I look at the history, right? There has never been a black agenda. Mm-hmm. There has never been a quote unquote for black people president. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting pitch because it's very what's the word I'm looking for? Capulating, what's the word?
Encapsulating?
Encapsulating. Okay. Because people won't listen to that, especially as a black man and black woman. Thank you for, do you hear them saying, thank you for the black vote. I'm gonna do this for the black people. I'm gonna do that. We hear that so much. Mm-hmm. Historically, we've learned that we should know that's not true. When I hear presidents say stuff like Biden said on Breakfast Club, he said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black.
Right.
My nigga, like, I as a black man, there is no way you're getting my vote because you're telling me that my color should be the reason why I vote for you, not my intellect, not the fact that I dove into your past to see how honest and how consistent you were in your policies. Right. No, my color should be the reason why I vote for you. To me, that's bullshit. And to me, that just goes to show the lack of respect you have for me and my people. Right.
That's a fair... Go ahead.
And their intellect. Mm-hmm. Because intellectually, I can't even say the word, we should not be subjected to somebody based on our color or to a party based on our color.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
To me, that's bullshit.
I agree with that. Yeah.
How fair? That's unfair.
Right.
So what? I heard him say the other day, was it him? Was it him or somebody else said, I think it was him. Black kids are something more than white kids. What did he say? I don't know. It was something to that effect. Mm-hmm. What does that matter?
Yeah. I definitely don't like the generalizations, for sure.
But people want to be who they are, though. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? People are going to be who they are, bro. Like, it's all good when the camera's on for them to say all these nice things and make all these wonderful gestures and possibilities that never happen. But when the camera's off, who are you? Who are you?
So okay. And obviously I'm going to something that was 40, 50 years ago, but I think it was monumental. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason I'm going to, and I'll speak further about it. So the Voting Rights Act that Dr. King pushed, right, and Lyndon B. Johnson, who was racist as hell, he signed that into law, not JFK, LBJ. I would have to look at numbers, but I get a sense that engagement for black people in terms of politics, I get a sense that it was a lot higher back then. I don't know that for a fact. Mm-hmm. I get a sense of it, though. And I think that despite disagreements, because we're not a monolith, I think when it came to potentially life-changing events, I think we were able to get on one accord back in this time.
Back then, yeah.
In order to get a racist president to sign into law voting rights for black people. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, again, we can have disagreements, but I think with the engagement, we can get things. And I think I have a more careful optimism, which puts me more on the side of engaging as opposed to, tell me if I'm wrong, your cynicism, which says to disengage.
Back then, that was 56 years ago.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah.
Times are different, bro.
Yeah, and that's why I led with that. I said
Black people are more disconnected as a people to each other
now.
Yeah, than we were back then. Back then we was outside fighting for our rights, man. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays we protest, but we protest for how long? And how effective is that? We just need to be more beneficial to each other. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, last Dollar Til.
Right.
If every black person in Milwaukee came out and supported this film, would you need white people to show up to support this film? Would you need other races to come up and show up? Not saying it's nothing.
Would I want them to, though?
Would you want them to? I mean,
yeah,
of course. Right. But progressively, is it essential if everybody came together, every black person? And don't get me wrong, I support whatever. You know, I'm all for people getting together, whether you're black, white, Hispanic, whatever. But I'm saying, to get back to the point, I don't think it's about politics more than it's about us getting together and supporting each other, supporting black-owned businesses. Because the issue with the most black families and communities is resources. So if we have businesses in place in these communities and we have better schooling in these communities, we don't really need a president. We can help each other. Just have that money cycle through the communities, in every poor community, in every impoverished community, and we can help build up our community. From doctors to engineers to teachers, black teachers. You know, we just got to start work with what we have.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think local politics are a lot more
I love
important.
local politics, right?
Yeah, a lot more important than
I love it. I love
the presidential. And I feel you on that in terms of us being more together. But I still feel like two things: we be more together, and we be more politically engaged. So the lawmakers, we can push them to make more laws beneficial to us in terms of community. You understand what I'm saying? And our schools.
Yeah.
You know, because my kids got to go to school in a way different community
to get
a good education.
Decent education.
You know what I mean? And to be in an environment, because my mom is a teacher. You know what I'm saying? I went to a school that she was teaching at in the hood. And it's like, how can a kid even concentrate on education when there's so much behavior problems?
Right.
You feel what I mean? So we need more engagement across the board. I think politically, school boards and stuff like that as well, man. You know what I mean? And really, really improve our community. You know? And I think for us, with my passion being creativity, our passion being creativity, you know, I think we push the conversation forward with this.
Create the narrative.
You know what I'm saying? With our films. You was talking about that yesterday, bro. You know what I'm saying? More of a responsibility in our creativity to shape our community.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like what Jay say to Nas, you kicking knowledge. But kicking knowledge is cool.
It's cool.
You know what I'm saying? You just gotta do it in a palatable way.
Well, more understandable.
Not knock you over the head
with it. Right. Facts.
Put some 808s on it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You gotta make it easier to consume.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing, man. Like, kind of circling back to Lupe and the music, like, cause that was my favorite rapper. You feel what I'm saying? But as a creative, you know, you look at examples and you know, it's like J. Cole, I feel like he for me, he kind of like positioned pretty well. Right. Because he has a complexity, but he know how to he know how to say something complex very straightforward. Right. And I think that's amazing. Like that's one of the best qualities.
That's a skill
for speaking in general. Right. To articulate. For speaking and writing, to say something complex. Like I can't do that yet. You know what I mean? Okay. I was talking to Princess of Milwaukee Internet. Shout out to her. And I was talking about James Baldwin. Okay. You know what I mean? Like you was talking about his speeches and like, bro, he might have talked better than he writes, bro. Like it's like neck and neck, and his writing is God level. Right. His speaking is God level. You know what I mean? Like, just it's concise, bro. It's amazing. I want to get to that.
Right.
I can do that. I think I'm better suited during that with the writing, with the filmmaking, as opposed to speaking. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's beneficial, especially in this time.
Okay.
Like you have to have the message, but it has to be concise.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's layered, it gotta be kind of palatable. It gotta be. It has to be appealing. It has to be appealing in a sense.
Yeah, and I think it's needed though. I think the layers are needed too.
The layers are needed
for people like me. People like it's not very many of me.
Yeah.
People that like to be spoken to. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? There's not very many people like that.
You don't want, like you're not the type that want it dumbed down.
No, don't give it to me dumbed down.
Yeah, or made to a level where the person speaking or creating things is acceptable. Like,
that's an insult.
No hand holding. No hand. Yeah. Don't hold my hand. Like
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. It's an insult to me to say dumb it. Like, for instance, right? I had a job interview, right? This was years ago.
Yeah.
And this guy, and I sit down with this guy, and he's like, I think you're the perfect candidate. You articulate so well.
Oh, I hate that. He's a white person?
Yeah. I got up and walked out. Told my girl about it. She said, why
you got up and walked out?
Yeah. She said, why'd you walk out? I said, he insulted me. He insulted me based on an image. Because you assume because I am who I am, that I wouldn't be able to articulate or help you understand myself because of how I look. She got it, but she's still kind of confused.
Yeah.
That is a very black problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, how often do you hear somebody else complain about that problem? That's a problem.
Yeah.
So, as far as music go, I say that to say this. To me, music has to be intricate. It has to be. Because the world is intricate. It has to be. I like content. I like dance music. Well, I really don't like dance music, but I like, not even gonna hold you. I like vibe music, for lack of a better word.
Okay.
I like that. You know what I'm saying? I love to be in my car, cruise, get clean, you know what I'm saying? Get a haircut, you know what I'm saying? Look good, get fresh. 30% of the time. The other 70% of the time, I gotta hear something. And sometimes I even talk to my kids like that. Like, I'm always trying to drop jewels on my kids. Yeah. Some of the shit be over their head, and some of it be right there.
Yeah.
But I always want to give it to them how I want it. I'm gonna give it to you how I want it. You know what I'm saying? Just on respect. Because if I feel like if I dumb it down or if I hold back, I'm cheating you. Yeah. And I don't want to be cheated on my end either.
Yeah.
So it's a circle. It's a cycle, man.
I do feel you on that point. Like, I tell Sierra, like, I think that I'm better with, our older kids and not necessarily the younger ones because, like, I talk straight to the kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just deal with you just straight.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, if something going on, I'm going to ask you, like, where is the logic in that?
Right.
You can't say that to a 3-year-old.
No. No, that's right.
What you mean logic? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But to the older ones, like,
get you to straight.
So I get your point on that, man. It's an interesting conversation. I think that's what, as creatives, you know what I mean? You battle with for a little bit.
Right.
But when it comes time to get the work in, I know for me it's not in my mind no more.
Right.
It's not in my mind no more. It's like, all right, because then it's from the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
It's from, like, last Dollar Til, I feel like the entire process from the conception to being reminded of it, because I thought about it, and this was years ago when I had like the concept, the original concept. JR calls me, reminds me of it. And that happens all the time. Somebody like, hey, Glenn, you remember that idea? Okay, that don't mean you gonna boom
jump right into it.
A few months later, oh y'all shooting the shit.
Right.
But that's exactly what happened. You know what I mean? And the people that came around the project and helped bring it to fruition, man, like, nah, this is all spiritual. Hell, this podcast right now talking about it.
It's spiritual.
It's spiritual.
Right, man. The energy is crazy.
Yeah, it is, bro.
You know what's funny? I completely forgot it was the camera on.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because you get in that zone.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It triggered something. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like,
sir.
And now I forgot about the camera on.
I forgot, I don't even know what time
It's weird, bro.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Because I felt we was in that zone, man.
Yeah. See, that's what I live for, bro. Like I said, I wasn't at that job, man, when we was producing this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, man?
Right.
Like I'm in that mode, bro, where, of course I'm not gonna do anything haphazard.
Right.
But I know, bro, the team that we got, bro.
Yeah. Solid.
Oh yeah, we can do this,
bro.
For a living, bro.
And just the ideas, we can do this for years, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not really more concerned with we all want success, or your level of success definition, but just the creativity aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to put your thoughts. Because as consumers, we sometimes just sit around and watch other people's ideas flourish. As a consumer, as a creator, you know what I'm saying? Like you might say to yourself, "Man, I could have did that better."
Yeah, creative consumer.
A creative consumer, I could have did that much better.
Yeah.
Or I look at a horror movie and I'd be like, well, "Why did they put that there? Why did they do that? I would have done this. It would have hit harder if you did it this way." That's not normal. That is something that has to be executed. We got to execute that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So,
what's that? Theodore Roosevelt, the man in the arena.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying,
yeah,
man? And dog, that is the perfect speech, the perfect saying for a creative. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be the man in the arena, the one actually getting down, the one setting up, the one having the bro.
You have to be, bro.
You know what I mean? I ain't no critic.
No,
I ain't no critic. I'm a creative.
I don't get me either. I don't critique. Right.
I'm in the mud doing it.
I'm
so like really, like when I watch films and when I listen to music, like even if it's not for me, it's hard for me to like really down talk it because it's effort. But there's some stuff where you can hear or see
the lack of effort.
It was no effort.
Right.
And that's garbage.
Right.
But other than that, bro, like y'all put work in. Even if I don't like it, like y'all put work in. Salute to that. Where's the next one? Keep going. You know what I'm saying, man? Let me ask you one more question.
Go ahead.
I believe it might be 2 or 3 more, but
okay.
Give me your favorite moment on set for Last Dollar Til.
Favorite moment. The tape on the chest. No, I'm bugging. Favorite moment. The favorite moment on set would have to be the kitchen scene.
The kitchen scene. Okay.
The kitchen scene when the takes.
Yeah. I think that was his favorite too.
Was it?
I think that was his favorite moment. That's what he said. Yeah.
Because we were out late. That was the latest we stayed out that night. That was probably the night we came home too.
Yeah.
That was late.
Night. That was late night.
And the thought not to know that it was that late. I just was so focused on. Because it was to me, that scene is a great scene. Yeah. The energy was perfect.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about what time it was.
Yeah.
That was probably one of my favorite moments.
That's dope, man. That is very dope.
Right.
What's next? What's next?
Ooh. Keep creating, man. We got some joints coming up, man.
Yeah.
Writing.
You getting your writing bag?
Definitely.
Let's go.
You know we already in there.
Let's go.
We got some joints coming up, man.
Yeah.
Get that out the way. Hopefully, like you said, things go the right way. We can shoot that big boy.
Shoot the big boy. Yeah, that big boy, that motherfucker there. Yeah.
Shoot that big boy.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's
the one.
Like, that's the aspirations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We trying to get to that big boy, but just keep writing, keep creating, man. Working with the team, man. Enjoying each other. It's company, man. Happy to have people who are all in.
This is rare, bro. Y'all are rare. Y'all
And
are
you
rare,
too, bro.
man.
You too, G.
Oh, gratitude, bro.
1,000.
Gratitude.
1,000. Yeah, we make a hell of a team, bro.
Yeah, we do.
You know what I'm saying? So go see Last Dollar. What?
Last Dollar Til. Last Dollar Til, man. We're having our family and I'm glad you just said that. I always do these podcasts.
But you never do the show.
And I never tell people, hey, like,
right.
Last Dollar Til, starring Glenn Moore, Jadari Bradford, Justin Rutledge, Kiara Berry. I wrote and directed it. Xavier Martin is the DP, the mad scientist.
Mad scientist.
We are having our friends and family screening on March 4th. The tickets will be below the video. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Check it out.
Glenn Moore, my man.
Thank
you for your time, bro.
My brother, man.
You my brother for real.
We got a lot going on.
We do.
We're going to be more podcasts to come.
Yes, sir.
More premieres to come.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? 1,000.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Dayton Freight.
Fuck Dayton Freight. You know what I'm saying? Besides me meeting my... Well, you know what? Let me not say that.
That's how we...
But that's how we met.
Right.
Dayton Freight, if y'all want to, you know what I'm saying?
Pick a couple... if
y'all want to do a little...
Right.
I'll edit out the part where I cussed y'all out, man.
Yeah, right.
I ain't got nothing against Dayton Freight. Dayton Freight was cool.
Yeah, you said fuck him.
Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking about the other one. Conway. Yeah. Fuck Conway.
The Conway and the other one. The one I met.
Oh, yeah, fuck them for sure.
1,000%.
Fuck them. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Fuck all these jobs.
Yeah, for sure.
All.
We gonna be, hey, this gonna,
yeah,
they'll see.
They'll see.
1,000. My nigga Zach. I love, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
They'll see. You damn right.